What's up guys, Jesse back here, and today we're going to be looking at my daily carry, what I carry, and kind of why I chose it, really. Not too much to say. I just shot a short on this, so let's jump right into it. So I carry primarily at the 3 o'clock, 3:30, or 4 position, really depending, and I use a Rogue. I think it's the Rogue, but it's a crossbreed holster. So it is part Kydex, part leather in the back, which makes it really comfortable for, hip carry, or they say you can even use this on appendix. Haven't tried it. To me, for my body type and how I like to go about my day, I really prefer to use it at the 3 o'clock, 3:30 position. It's more comfortable for me and for my clothes. So I carry an MMP 40 shield. I'm sure you guys seen on the channel. Mag. So I use a 7-round mag. I'll get that away. Now you can see it is empty. There's nothing there. Safety off. Okay. So here we have the MMP 40 shield. I have the Talon grip on there just because I didn't like what the grip felt like. It felt a little bit too plasticky, a little too cheap for me without it. So I kind of went with that. I was deciding whether I wanted the rubber one or this is the Pro. So it's kind of their hybrid, right? It's in between this one and their they have a really really sandpapery, really hard grit feel. I think it's the Pro or the Expert. It's something, but it's really rough. This is kind of their in between. You got the rubber grip, then you have this, which is the Pro grip, and then there's something else. It's really tough, really. So I think for shooting, like if I was just using this at the range, this would be really comfortable on my skin, in my hand. But having this rub on sensitive parts of your body, like your hip or the side of your stomach or your appendix, if you appendix carry, this might not be the best. With that being said, again, we are empty. Yeah, this kind of would rub against the hip. I was thinking, because we have the leather back, but I forgot that it is cut in a certain way to allow, a good purchase on there. So again, chambered in 40. Now the reason why I got it in 40 is, one, I got it on gunbroker.com for relatively cheap. It came with the pistol, and if I'm not mistaken, it came with 5 magazines. It came with 4 of the extended ones. Well, yeah, the 7 rounds, and 1 of the flush fit 6 round, I believe it is, if I'm not too mistaken. They're all pretty much away in my range bag. So when I just carry the 1 mag. I don't really foresee myself having to use more than 7 plus the 1 in the chamber, 8 total. If I do, then you know what, it is what it is. But no shade towards those people that carry multiple mags on them. You're never really going to be ready. That's something we can't really dictate. I just don't like a lot of bulk. So again, went with something a little bit small. I am kind of debating right now whether I want a summer carry, a winter carry gun. This is something small, which feels very comfortable in the hand. The safety. People would like to argue whether you want a manual safety or not on a carry gun, on the EDC gun. I'm used to it. Part of my draw, when I draw and I get up, it's all one swift motion. So that doesn't really bother me. So we have in the black, nice black finish. This is not the 2.0 or the Plus. It is the first gen with those night sights. Again, this gun was used, but it came in fairly great condition. The barrel itself was clean. I have shot it. It is a little snappy, but nothing that I don't like. So again, we have the trigger. Again, we are empty. Now, if anyone has any experience with the shield line, please let me know if this trigger has had any modifications to it. Because I have heard that in the past that the shield has the 1.0 and the 2.0 have kind of a spongy trigger. I don't really feel that with this. So that's the reset. Right, like it's not as spongy, like it's just there. So please let me know if anyone is familiar with it, if this trigger has had any modifications to it. It wasn't listed as such, but you know, I kind of like this trigger the way it is. So again, I got it in 40 because I did see online a few people have had, you know, conversion barrels. My PlayStation, get that out of there. I'm sorry, guys. Some people have had conversion barrels, right? So you could do the 40 conversion into the 9mm and 357 SIG. That is something that I was kind of debating and toying with. At the time, I haven't really done it, but that is something that I would want to do and mess around with a little bit, you know? So, you know, let me know in the comments if that's something you're familiar with, if you've done it. How does it feel to shoot 357 SIG out of this? In terms of recoil, it definitely has a kick, but I feel like any micro 9mm or a 40 will have that kick, right? It is snappy. There's not a lot of weight to the gun. There's not a lot of length in the barrel to, you know, assist with any recoil. So I am actually looking at getting a P30L in 40 or a VP40, right, as my winter carry. Again, you guys let me know if that's something that you know people have done, or are, you know, if you yourself have done that. So I'm looking for, you know, in the summertime we wear a lot more clothing, so I kind of want to experiment in what I carry, what I conceal, what I wear, and how all that affects my day-to-day. And just take a quick look at this pistol. Fits great in my hand. Obviously with the mag in there, you get a great purchase. I'm gonna put safety on. We're not gonna chamber anything. And again, like, that's just a great purchase on my hand. I have relatively large hands. Magazine release there. Again, you know, to take down, there is a takedown lever right here. You wanna, it's kind of stiff. There you go. And then we have a yellowish, I don't know if you can get that in the camera there. It's like a yellow bar that you wanna move down. Oops, sorry, you guys were not seeing that at all. But there's a yellow bar. That's right there, that right there. You have to move that down, and then you're able to just get the slide and slide it off. Right, and that's how you field strip it if you want to clean it, or you would want to change the conversion barrels. Just like that. And we have the frame right here. So again, you know, if you wanted to do that and have a conversion barrel, you know, they have some drop-in barrels, which, you know, it'll say up top 40 dot to 9mm or something like that, and the same thing for 357. It would be the same thing. You just bring your barrel right in there, get your recoil spring, and make sure it fits right in there. And we are trying to do this on camera is a little weird. We want to make sure that the slide aligns with the frame appropriately all the way back. And I want to go ahead and do that. Move the slide release back up. Now, if my magazine was empty, I would insert the mag, and then that itself would bring this pin up. So we're just gonna have to move that up, right? Up and away. So, yep. So again, you know, this is my EDC. You guys let me know. Sound off in the comments. What do you guys think? What's your preferred ways to carry? And let me know. Coming up, I will have some videos of me concealing this, you know, showing off how I like to wear it, my setup with that, and also be reviewing. I have a TX22, I have a Taurus TX22 compact, I should say, that, you know, I want to review, and I also have a P30L that I want to review in 9mm. I do want to get another one in 40 or the VP40, one of those, like I said previously. So just let me know what you guys think. Have a good one. Stay safe. Always carry.